had a very good and fruitful discussion with the staff to have their experiences of working during the pandemic in Colombia with all the challenges, but also what has actually become better within the organization as working closer together within the SVPU unit. And then I had the opportunity to meet one of the organizations as well that works with providing radio opportunities for young people to give them a voice, but also to cover what has happened in these strikes and the manifestations and when people were out in the streets. And they also talk quite a lot about the very difficult situations, of course, for journalists in this country when they're covering things that state media would not cover. So it was very interesting to hear about that. And now we are in Villa in Neiva, and we are going in just a moment to meet 3 different women's organizations to hear more about the work here. And I think that will give me very good additional information to when I'm going to meet embassies later on here in Colombia, but also, of course, when going back.
Tomar las expectativas de la población. Esa es parte realmente de la tarea. Reitero el agradecimiento y también nuestra disposición de hacer este trabajo en equipo.
La diversidad genética, los pueblos tienen que autodeterminarse si quieren o no, o tienen la capacidad de autodeterminarse si quieren o no quieren que esas explotaciones ocurran.
We have been today traveling to be part of a seminar that was organized by the governor's office talking about the climate change challenges they have here in Italy too. So, and that was very interesting because also the trip here really showed, I could see the dry river, I could see the dam that has caused so much trouble for the people here. And then we have listened to both people from the governor's office and the researcher, the different organizations been speaking, and that of course I thought was most interesting to listen to the partners because I really want to hear their stories, and some of them were heartbreaking, of course.
And that also means that international community need to raise their voice. We always need to speak up what's happening here, because even though 5 years has passed, there are still some big problems, and we have a new wave of violence.
And I will do my best to advocate about these things, both now, but especially when I come home and I have lots of thoughts of what shall I do with all this information, and how can I sort of do the most of it in my role. So it has been really good. I'm quite tired, but because the meeting was very long, and it's challenging to sit and listen so long time, but it was really good, really good. I'm not really sure where to start actually, because mostly I just feel so energized because what I've seen today is really people that have affected change. Things has happened for real. When to see this area of restoration of forest, for example, and also to be able to meet this couple who lived in the house where they had this opportunity for tourists to go and go down to the river. They're protecting the environment. They're also providing possibility of taking part of this lovely scenery and the nature and the water. But they're also producing things, and they are talking to others, and they are sort of sharing why it's important with environmental protection, right? So this is for real. This is the real thing. So it's very hopeful, I must say, in a very complex situation, because I find Colombia is, I mean, it's a country of contrast, isn't it? It's like paradise here today, really paradise. And then you know that you have all these problems with armed groups and the fulfillment of peace agreement and gender issues and everything else. But today I will choose just to be very happy and hopeful about the future. Now I'm back in Sweden, and I just want to say that I'm so grateful that I had the opportunity to do this visit to Colombia, meet the partners, meet the social leaders, meet the human rights defenders, meet the senator, meet all of these different people I met working with reforestation and with defending human rights and gender. It's so impressive. The people defending press freedom and making journalists having an opportunity to perform their work. I'm so impressed. I really can't find words now, actually. I have a long list with things I would like to do now when home to be able to do my part of the work to be a part of the peace agreement in Colombia. Thanks.